It's Week 10 of the NFL, and our focus is on Dameon Pierce. He had a great week to build off of last time out, reaching triple digits and adding 2 touchdowns. It's the Texans and the Raiders coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they too were winners last time out. So the offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Just the 1 misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they're on a 1st or 2nd seed come playoff time.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a give to Jacobs running right. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Raiders at 7-1 now on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of any.
Touchdown! Elijah Moore, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go.
So this offense now on the edge of the red zone at the 20. 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. Oh, some strong running. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to it.
This offense has marched the ball down the field nicely. In good position, can they finish the drive off? 1st and 10 in the red zone. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
To throw is Edwards. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Called a gain of 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Back to throw. Edwards. That is caught. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Looking to throw. Edwards. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll We drop you into a fourth quarter situation, tie game, hoping for a nice punt return here to set them up on offense. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On second down, Jacobs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They go with Jacobs. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Once again, it's Jacobs. Oh, a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Jacobs will take this one in for a Vegas touchdown. What an atmosphere this was, and the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Raiders, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans...
It's Week 11 of the NFL, and this one features Josh Jacobs. He had a nice effort a week ago with a pair of touchdowns. It's the Raiders and the Eagles on Sunday night.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They've been cooking these last couple months, winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Meanwhile, for our visit, still nothing here in quarter one, but an early test to check in on as we've got a third down situation looming. Now Edwards from the gun on third down. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma. And the Eagles are going to get the football. A pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this third down situation? Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. This offense, they've got a really nice drive going, and now it's 1st and goal. Can they finish it off and punch it in the end zone? Here's Jacobs. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. He's got it. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. Seems as if the passing attack starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal. And coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the second quarter. Edwards to throw on 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they will take the lead here in this battle of... A red zone alert forthcoming here. A 1st and goal situation as this offense looks to punch in the football from right around the 6. Back to throw. Edwards. Touchdown Raiders. Michael Mayer. His 4th touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league. 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary...
So this offense has the football inside the red zone. And coming up, second down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 58 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. Looking to throw. Edwards. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Edwards now on 1st and 10. Caught on the right side by Adams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Here's Edwards to throw on second down. Caught by Mayer. And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock. And they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
If you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's third down here. Back to throw. Edwards. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on fourth down because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit. It was a pretty entertaining ball game, Charles. Had the lead changes going on in the second half, but I think for the losing side, not able to put any points on the board in the fourth quarter. That ultimately was what really stung them.
And you know what puzzled them during the game? It's going to puzzle them even more when they go back, watch tape, and try and figure it all out. Did they not make the proper adjustments, or were they just outplayed? They'll have to figure that out and get ready for their next one.
So for the Eagles, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D.